Let's call the meeting to order at 6.
Done at 6:10.
Done at 6:10. Okay, Brandon, talk quickly, please.
Hey, stop yet.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes from March 13th, 2018.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of approving the minutes from March 13th, 2018 signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion passes. I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes from March 21st, 2018.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of approving the minutes from March 21st, 2018 signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Abstentions? The motion passes. Are there any additions or deletions to the agenda?
I don't know.
Okay, then hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to take the agenda out of order and move down to members of the public. I need
So
a
moved.
motion. Second?
Second,
Yeah. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion passes. So, Brandon, correct?
Yes.
I actually remember you from Townshend Elementary. Dale, my oldest, was a year ahead of you.
Oh, yeah.
So, anyway, you're interested in a seat on the planning commission,
I
I
am.
understand. Can you tell us why you're interested? I mean, more than anything?
Honestly, years ago when I was a journalist, and I've gone to a number of select board meetings, planning commission meetings, zoning board of adjustment meetings. I always found it very interesting. Never really had the time, and the schedule didn't allow to really get involved in my own community, which was kind of ironic in some ways. But at this point, I actually, I have the time. I still have the interest, and I was kind of interested in serving on the board.
Are you aware though that the appointments for the planning commission are 5 years?
Yes.
Okay, so that's not an issue for you?
No.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions or? Nobody?
I know.
You come with good recommendations.
All right, then I will entertain a motion to appoint Brendan Canterbury to the 5-year vacancy on the planning commission.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? It's all yours. Wasn't that quick, short, sweet, to the point?
Welcome aboard.
I believe your first meeting is tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night, 7:15, that office. Nita may be able to give you a key, although I don't think we have too many keys to the town hall, but we'll give you some keys. And you know John, and you know Andy. I don't know if Andy will be here tomorrow, but. John.
My understanding, Andrew is not going to be.
No, okay, so Bob will, Laura, I believe, is coming in. She's also interested. She was going to come in and talk to the board later on tonight if she comes down, but at least now there's a quorum at any rate. If Bob and John show up, I'm sure. So, yeah, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome to sit. You can listen to our diatribes. All right. Then, has there been any word whether or not the highway foreman is going to be here tonight?
I didn't ask. He wasn't at work today, so I didn't follow through, and I thought he might be because his father-in-law was up in the hospital. I thought he might be there, but I heard that his father-in-law was coming back early this afternoon, so I don't think that's the case. But I haven't heard from him.
Okay.
But he wasn't at work today, so.
Awful lot of what we have to talk about revolves around the highway department. Let's go down, let's take the agenda out of order again and move down to old business and do the compost bags, that section.
You're actually already out of order with members of the public. You just continue down. You don't have correspondence.
Well, there you
Take
go.
correspondence out.
And old business
You're following
out.
our order. Well,
And old business,
sure, I mean, just go through. So we have no correspondence. We did members.
right?
Public, and no correspondence, no old business.
Okay, so now, new business compost bags, which I believe you all had in your slots, a copy of the most recent pricing for the compostable bags. And at the last meeting, we did have a discussion about whether or not we wanted to continue to provide these free of charge to the residents.
You want to pass those down more? Not that. It doesn't seem, but I mean, if anybody, there are I ordered 2 different sizes.
Are we supposed
I
to
think
put them on our
twice.
heads? Is that what we're supposed to
You
do?
can do that too if you want.
This is not a toy.
They are breathable. But anyway, not knowing which size, and then people ask for one or the other or both, or, anyway.
So the question becomes, again, do we want to continue to provide these? The one thing that isn't clear is whether or not Triple T is actually sorting out the
And separating
compostable
it.
that's being put into the compactor. They're picking up single stream, so I'm not really certain it's worth the effort and the expense for the town to purchase these if they're not actually pulling them out of the line of waste. But we have had a few people ask, about the bags and whether or not they were going to be available, so I guess we need to make a decision one way or another. So I would entertain a motion.
One way or the other.
One way or the other. Well,
Well, you make a motion to buy them, pick a size, and then debate it, and go from there.
Right, I would move that we continue to buy the compostable bags.
which
What size, 3 gallon?
I like the bigger ones, but it sounds like more people like the smaller ones than not.
Well, we can mix and match, they come from the same place. I mean, you need to buy more than one case in order to get to the freight. I mean,
Right.
so I mean, it would be a 1-in-1, probably, whatever. I mean, it doesn't have to be a size.
I would, in that case, I would say buy both and have Arnold have either or available for people to do with the exchange as we do with that.
We don't give these out to Harmonyville or Riverbend or
the store.
West Townsend. These are strictly distributed by
Yeah.
Anita or by Arnold on a bring one, take one
Right,
kind
yeah.
of a basis. I mean, I don't know how vigilant he is about that, but basically he keeps a few up there.
He's been vigilant with me about it.
Does he?
Yeah.
So,
All right, so the motion was to go ahead and purchase both size bags.
was there a second?
Yeah.
Was there a second to that? Uh-oh.
So Craig, can you tell us how much volume, what have we purchased since July 1st in compostable bags? Do you have an idea what that number is?
I can find out for you.
I mean, the other option would be to talk to Riverbend and or Harmonyville and see if they want to carry them for sale. So if people still want to use them, they can use them. Or people can.
But that's kind of that's difficult for Craig.
I mean, that's gonna be up
Yeah,
to
it's-
them, obviously.
Well, it's also another thing Craig has to keep track of, as far as the repayment, if in fact they're selling them, et cetera.
Well, I was thinking we just ask them if they would want to carry them and they can buy them on their own and decide if they want to sell them or not.
That could happen anyway.
Right,
Whether,
right.
regardless of which way we go.
I wanted to get a feel for our year-to-date tipping fees versus bag sales to see whether we were positive or negative
Right.
with the bag sales. And see if we were positive, then could we absorb the cost of these bags without going?
Right.
Ooh, you're looking for where we
You're
are
looking
on
at
bag
pickle
sales?
bags.
Real bag sales?
Well,
Because, I mean, last year we also bought banners and things like that, which don't really add into it all that much. It looks, we bought these bags before July 1st, the compostable bags, and it looks like, it looks like I bought a different size. These would be the 3-gallon size. I bought a case of 600. It got free freight at $122. So I bought these, I bought these in July, and the other ones I think I bought in May, and I don't think we've reordered, to be honest with you. I'm just checking to see if we reordered. We're okay on bag sales in terms of how much we've budgeted, and I think that, let me grab a budget worksheet here. Town plan. Let me see if she's got a budget status report up here.
well, I have one through period 9.
Okay, and it would be on the last page, like page 7 or something?
Page 7, so we would have recycling contract and tipping fees combined?
Yeah, the budget on that is a little off, but let me just look
So
at page
that's-
7 and we'll combine the right numbers and see where we are. Recycling contract, we're into that for $6,400. Wages attendant, we're up to $1,415, 1,000. Supplies compactor doesn't count. Tipping fees paid 12. Now we're into it for 27,000 right now, and we've sold 23,000 in bags.
So we're negative 4,000.
We're negative
through 9 period.
Yeah, within a $500 a week.
Okay, so there's still a motion that doesn't have a second. Does anybody want to second it?
But it will, I'll just finish that out. There are bags out there. The bag money is 90 days behind itself. And of course, the people that bought bags in April wouldn't be paying for them until July. So I mean, there's a go around, come around. But we're still out 90 days on the bags. So there'd be probably 4,000 or 5,000 coming in. We're almost at a break-even point, but we'll probably run a little behind every year. We probably run a deficit of a couple grand every year, even with the 350 increase in the bag.
Yes, yeah, well, I was gonna say, but
We're not
when we
running-
increase the bags,
we're not
we're
running-
pretty conservative.
Right, we're not running a surplus on this. And this being the first year and the single stream and all that, it was just a roll the dice and see how well we did. So I think we've done pretty well, but there isn't money left over. There's not gonna be much anyway.
So I'll ask again, is there a second to the motion that's on the table? Hearing none, the motion then would fail for lack of a second. All right. Officer appointments, you should have all had a sheet somewhere in this mess.
I didn't give you a new one, it would have been the last time, and I didn't print it out. Sorry about that.
Did we find out from Dr. Schiff, did you get a chance to contact him?
I did not,
Okay.
he wasn't available or didn't call me back. I
Okay.
left a message, but he didn't call me back. And actually, that does come from the state, we get a form, she'll get a form, Anita'll get a form and hand it to me. That is a state thing that we have to do, but it may not happen until mid-April, as I recollect, for the health officers and the deputy health officers. But Dr. Schaefer, who is the health officer, his term is up this year. And it will be another 5-year appointment for somebody to take that position for the town.
Did you by any chance to speak to the emergency management coordinator?
I did not, no. Also, I just kind of didn't know if we'd get to that tonight.
It wouldn't hurt some of the people that are in the more prominent positions to go ahead and just touch base with them, like Dr. Schaefer and
Oh,
Sherwood.
Yeah. I did call into him and leave that, but I didn't talk to Sherwood at this point. Yeah.
Okay. So do we know, I believe the 911 positions were,
Carol and,
is it Pat
We-
Jurist?
is it, yeah.
Yeah, we filled those.
Pat Jurist?
Yeah.
Okay.
We haven't filled those for this year yet, not for the 911.
No, but Pat just came.
Right, she came in, right, because Charmaine
Okay.
finished her term last year, and I think Pat was gonna fill in with Carol. And I assume Carol's gonna stay on, but I haven't talked to her yet.
Okay. Did we ever get somebody for Senior Solutions, or is that still out?
No,
Okay.
or visiting nurse for them, both of those.
Really?
And I think Valley Cares rep was that.
That's Sue LaCour.
Is it still Sue, or is it, Maggie was for a while, but I guess it's Sue LaCour has been was for a couple of years. She was doing pretty well, she was going to the meetings up there, but I haven't,
I don't see it there.
since she was on the planning commission, I haven't talked to her about that.
Well, like I say, we'll need to find out on some of these, but anyway, I know there's one that's really easy, and that would be the rescuing grant.
Yeah, you think?
You think?
Rob?
Rob, yeah, oh, that would be hilarious. You want to take over the chairmanship too? So, at least until November, council can have a representative, that's when they roll over their board. What are we gonna do about, let's see, who else do we have? All the inspectors, the wood, Rob, you wanna be wood and timber again?
Sounds good.
Okay. You're also inspector of shingles,
Loving it.
okay? Making a lot of money while you're at it, right?
Oh, hand over fist.
Oh, boy, you're doing well. Okay, then let's move on to your wife. Where's she on? She's a fence viewer. Will she continue to view the fences?
I guess so.
Oh, okay. Amy and Jim Newton, okay, we never did get a floodplain administrator.
Well, you've got issues with that. They want somebody that's certified, works with FEMA. You need to go to the FEMA meetings and actually be rubber stamped on that. What you really do need to think about is a Wyndham Regional Commission representative. If you're interested, I mean, you were that, but I mean,
Yeah.
and there is a meeting, important meeting coming up on the 9th here, 6 o'clock or
Yes.
6:30 or something like that. That's the,
It's the.
their draft energy,
plan.
draft
Yeah.
energy plan, all right. They'll host a meeting here, and then there's a meeting on Thursday night in Westminster.
Yeah, I'll continue to do that.
For with regional,
Yeah,
okay?
So have Chris for me.
I will.
The animal control officers still the constables? I'm assuming we don't want to change that? Okay. Recreation was Christina and Laura Richardson. She still wants to be on there.
I would figure, but I can't speak for her too many
You
times.
can't? Come on.
Once is all right. I get away with that.
Okay. Well, then we've got her name here again on social services. So we'll have to ask her, huh?
We should ask her on that one. too.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have Bob to serve on the tree, as a tree warden, that one, again.
Are you making that as a nomination? Are these
I don't
becoming
know.
nominations, or are you just throwing them out there?
I'm just naming people that have been in positions for a long time.
Okay, so far, actually, because there are nominations and votes to the affirmative, I've got Rob for wood, Rob for shingles, Christina for fence viewer, and Will for Wyndham Region as positives. So we can check.
What
those.
happened to me?
Well, and you're in on
Thanks for
rescue, I
rescue.
assume, but
I just thought maybe I got kicked off, that'd be fun.
no, and I'll be happy to put you in as rescue. We're just not following the normal nomination vote, which is fine.
Well,
Do that-
we're gonna vote all at once on all the names that we're
and
relatively
that's good.
comfortable.
That's good.
Did anyone talk to Irv about, staying on as,
I didn't, and
The
waste
waste
management?
management.
I know that Dale West won't be a secondary if that was ever really that effective, but
It wouldn't
I
hurt.
would think that Irv would want to continue, but I haven't talked to him. I didn't know whether he was gonna,
It wouldn't hurt to touch base
oh,
with
yeah,
him.
no,
And Maggie Bales has already said she wants to be
that's
aware
already
of
done. You did that last
Cole.
time. No, she was the
And
first one.
what about Susan Hunt? We're speaking for
No,
spouses.
she's moving to California.
Is she okay? Didn't need coal in California. Mr. Dano, are you still willing to be aware of coal?
Yeah, done it for years.
Okay, there's another one to add that we're gonna vote on.
We're moving to the metric system then, aren't we?
Okay. I don't know what's gonna happen with the town report committee yet. That's one.
We're gonna need to talk about that
Yeah.
one in terms of,
How it needs to
you
be
may want
laid
to hire
out.
that out.
Yeah.
Or have a good working political team. But we've got time, but we just finished a great one, and
Okay, so.
time to put that one
we got
together later.
Adrian. Irvin was the FEMA flood administrator?
He raised his hand, and that just became what it became.
Cool.
That was done on
Okay.
screen, it's on video.
Okay, so those ones that we just went through, you wanna read the names that we just officially appointed,
Sure.
please?
You have Rob Wright as a inspector of, you've got the technical terms, but wood and timber, I assume it is. Rob Wright also for inspector of shingles, and whatever else goes along with that. Christina Wright as a fence viewer. Will Bissonette as one of the Wyndham Regional Commissioners. Kathy Heggie as the rescue representative liaison. And Joe Dano is aware of coal.
So I'll entertain a motion to appoint those people to those positions.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion on it? Hearing none, all those in favor of sloughing off our work and everybody else, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Okay, now that you've done the hard ones, the rest of them.
Yeah, that's right. No, but in particular, we can make contact with Sherwood.
Oh, I know, I will. I was going to, I just didn't do
Dr.
it for the night.
Schaefer
Yep.
and Irv to kind of get a feel for what's going on with Wyndham Solid Waste. That would be great. And if Laura comes in, then we'll take care of that other vacancy on the planning commission as well. All right, so, I'm running out of things to do. Budget status report,
That was just a carryover from last week. You all got one, and we didn't really discuss it much, and I didn't print a new copy of it. We haven't gotten anywhere. The end of the quarter is right about coming up next week, so, or right about now. So, we'll get it for you for the next meeting and show you where we are. You can see where we are. We're still okay on budget across the board, getting a little tight on some line items. Still in pretty good shape.
all right, then let's go ahead and go back to pick up the warrants.
Make a motion. Make a motion to check warrant number 1, payroll, in the amount of $10,892.27.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of paying payroll warrant number 1 in the amount of $10,892.27 signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Make a motion to pay check warrant number 2 out of the payroll taxes in the amount of $4,510.52.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of paying payroll tax warrant number 2 in the amount of $4,510.52 signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion passes.
Make a motion to pay check warrant number 3 out of the general fund in the amount of $4,040.02.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of paying general fund warrant number 3 in the amount of $4,040.02 signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion passes.
Make a motion to pay check warrant number 4 out of the general fund in the amount of $12.49.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of paying general fund warrant number 4 in the amount of $12.49 signify by saying aye. Opposed?
Aye.
Abstentions? Okay, we're gonna need to figure out, that one we're gonna need a Y for tomorrow. Okay, moving on.
Make a motion to pay check warrant number 5 out of the general fund in the amount of $10,164.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of paying general fund warrant number 5 in the amount of $10,164 signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion passes.
That is just the interest, by the way.
Make a motion to pay check warrant number 6 out of the highway fund in the amount of $10,976.64.
Second.
Any discussion?
Are those duplicate orders? For the, is it
Sand.
salt and sand?
No, those are new.
Okay, so I wondered because they were same day and so close to the same amount, I just,
I think it's one of the warrants that we needed Kurt here for tonight to answer some questions for.
oh,
Okay, any further discussion on those? Hearing none, all those in favor of paying highway warrant number 6 in the amount of $10,976.64 signify by saying aye. Opposed?
Aye.
Abstentions? Motion fails.
Make a motion to pay check warrant number 7 out of the highway fund in the amount of $264.84.
Second.
Is there any discussion?
Changed it.
It was, yes.
Hearing none,
Should give you a new number.
all those in favor of paying highway warrant number 7 in the amount of $264.84 signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion passes.
Make a motion to pay check warrant number 8 out of the equipment fund in the amount of $320.
Second.
Any discussion?
which one is
Yeah, I had a question for Kurt on that invoice as well.
Yep,
Break.
That's right, yeah.
Okay, so hearing no further discussion, all those in favor of paying equipment warrant number 8 in the amount of $320 signify by saying aye. Opposed?
Aye.
Abstentions? Motion fails.
Make a motion to pay check warrant number 9 out of the equipment fund in the amount of $1,850.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion?
Again,
Same thing, questions?
yeah.
For Clerk?
Okay, hearing no further discussion, all those in favor of approving equipment warrant number 9 in the amount of $1,850 signify by saying aye.
Aye. Oh, wait, sorry. Just say, I'm on a different one here.
Opposed?
Aye.
Abstentions, so that was, you voted no,
Yes.
just to clarify, okay.
Yeah.
Motion fails.
Make a motion to pay check warrant number 10 out of the general fund, the amount of $102.39.
Second.
Is there any discussion?
Yes, I would like to amend that to take the gas out, because I think it's just a clerical error. I think Mike was following our advice to provide a gas receipt as
Where
proof
you
of
like.
travel, and Elaine inadvertently added it into. So if we could,
Modify the amount?
yeah, I'd like to amend the amount to $97.39.
Is that okay with whoever seconded it?
Steve seconded.
Yes, second.
Then all those in favor of paying general fund warrant number 10 in the amount of $97.39 signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? The motion passes. All right, so that takes care of half the bills. And like I said, I'm gonna have to find out on that one, what I need to tell them tomorrow.
Yep.
So, the other issues, again, most of these are gonna revolve around the highway. Let's go ahead and do, you all got your town clerk, town and money receipt sheets.
Yep.
And Mr. Treasurer, do we have enough money to pay our bills?
Yeah, you should have.
Good.
The sweep account, $821,058.45. The checking account, $11,267.96.
Okay, are there any questions for the treasurer? All right, then the only thing that leaves, other than an executive session on the agenda that needs to be discussed, is going to be the highway. And I have one thing I want to bring up. I know we have questions on some of the bills. I would like to bring forward an issue that has been pointed out on the timesheets that were submitted on Monday for last week, that we evidently on Tuesday took, Wednesday, excuse me, took T3 with a load of salt up to the Jamaica State shed. And I'd like to know where the paperwork is on that, what kind of compensation has been agreed to, whether we're going to trade salt for salt, or whether there's a payment due from the state of Vermont. I'd like some more details on this particular transaction, since nobody seems to be aware of it. All right, that's number one.
Is that something that we normally do?
Nope.
Never seen it before.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Have you seen it before?
I think it'd be more common town to town, not town to V-Trans.
I thought we were out of salt ourselves recently.
Last week there was only like one dump truck load.
Well, we did just get something that's on the
Yeah,
sheets. I didn't look at, I don't know what the dates
At
on
the
it.
meeting the other day, we were talking about that.
But it's something that happened on Wednesday. It didn't come up in the meeting on Wednesday night, conversationally. So, I mean, and there was discussion about sand and salt at that meeting, but it didn't come up that we had taken that up there. And
No, but I thought.
as Kathy pointed out, there isn't any paperwork that goes with
I thought that
it.
it came about that we were out of salt for a while and that we weren't happy with the company we were getting the salt from.
I don't recollect. I mean, that may have gotten stated, but we've had salt, I think, pretty much for every storm. We've certainly bought enough of it. We're getting close to the limit, but we're not at the limit yet.
Okay, well, then on that note, as a segue in, speaking of the meeting the other night on the 21st, I have a statement that I'd like to read. And it says, on our regular meeting night, when Kurt Bostrom's wife called me to tell me it was his birthday and that she needed him for a planned celebration, she asked if he could submit a report in writing in his absence. I told her that we had questions about the bills and that we would need to schedule another meeting to meet with him. That evening, the board talked at length on camera about what day everyone could get together for another meeting, and it was decided then, at the warned meeting, that we would meet with Kurt on Wednesday the 21st. The decision was made in open session, and there was nothing threatening nor nefarious about our intentions. On the 21st at 5 p.m., the board met at the town garage and was ambushed by members of the public for no apparent reason. There was nothing on the agenda other than warrants and the possible appointment of 2 planning commission members. The attack seems to have been pre-orchestrated in defense of Kurt and his position and was personal in nature. The expressed sexual euphemism that was used in the accusation against the board was best suited for a middle school locker room. It was vulgar and inappropriate and way beyond what is considered to be civil discourse in mixed company. Add to that the fact that it was completely unwarranted and an unwarranted attack on 5 people who wanted nothing more than to get some delinquent bills paid because they had not had an opportunity to ask questions of the one person who could answer them. Is that not the select board's job? I hope that the individuals watching this video take a moment to reflect upon the fact that the 5 of us are paid a combined total of $4,000 per year to deal with this type of behavior. Have we really come to the point as a town where the board cannot discuss town business without other people interjecting personal attacks for imaginary offenses? There was no hidden select board agenda on the 21st, and I take great offense that someone, anyone, was spreading false rumors to the contrary. Anyone have a comment?
Well written, and I agree with all your points that you made.
Likewise. Yeah, I don't think it was fair or warranted for the 5 of us, including Crystal, who's not here, to be told that we do not support the highway department, which is in no way true.
I mean, tonight's a prime example. We have four warrants dealing with the highway that we could not pass tonight because we have questions about them. So it does make it very difficult. This will take it out another 2 weeks before we have an opportunity to ask those questions.
Or you have a special meeting with your highway foreman.
Never again.
Take that one.
It won't happen again.
And it was a good thing that meeting was off camera. It was
Yeah, you would have
rather
got-
embarrassing
You
meeting.
would have gotten to bleep a lot of that one.
Yeah.
Anyway, so is there any other business that needs to be dealt with in the open session? I take it Kurt's not coming tonight?
Can I take a copy of that for insertion in the minutes? Can I just make a copy of it?
Sure.
It's fine, okay.
I can send to you electronically.
Yeah,
too.
rather than you try to rephrase it.
Um,
Yeah.
So it's 6:35. If there's no other business, I would entertain a motion to go into executive session under 1 VSA 313A3 to evaluate the job performance of an employee.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion on that? Hearing none, all in favor of going into executive session signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion passes. There will not be a resolution. This is a paperwork night.